Hello, all. I'm going to start reading today. Junie B Jones Has a Monster Under Her Bed. And if you know anything about Junie B Jones, she likes to cause lots of trouble. She doesn't always mean to, but she does. And so I'm slightly curious as to what is going to happen if she really thinks of monsters under her bed, because she gets into some shenanigans. Chapter 1, The Cheese Man. Here's your picture. The cheese man must be a photographer. My name is Junie B Jones. The B stands for Beatrice. Except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I am in the grade of afternoon kindergarten. Today we got school pictures taken at that place. School pictures is where you wear your bestest dress and you go to the cafeteria and a cheese man is there. He makes you say cheese. Only I don't actually know why. Then he takes pictures of you, and your mother has to buy them, or else you will get your feelings hurt. School pictures is a racket, I think. I wore my new dress with a dinosaur on the front. A dinosaur, huh? Said the cheese man. I smoothed my skirt very lovely. Yes, I said. It is a Tyrannosaurus Dottie. You mean a Tyrannosaurus Rex? He said. No, I mean Tyrannosaurus Dottie, because Rex is the boy and Dottie is the girl, I explained. The cheese man stood behind his camera. Say cheese, he told me. Yeah, only guess what? I don't actually know why I have to say that word, because what's cheese got to do with it? I asked. Cheese makes you smile, said the cheese man. I shook my head. Not me, because cheese doesn't make me smile, I said, because sometimes I eat a cheese sandwich for lunch, and I don't even giggle when I swallow that thing. The cheese man did a big breath. Could you please just say it? He asked. Yes, I said. I can please just say it. Only don't forget to tell me when you're ready, because one time my grandpa Frank Miller was taking my picture and he didn't tell me he was ready, and then one of my eyes turned out open and the other one turned out closed. I made the face to show him. See? See how one eye's open and one eye's closed? And all of a sudden, the cheese man took my picture, and my mouth came wide open at him. Hey, how come you did that? How come you took my picture? 'Cause I wasn't even ready yet. And the cheese man kept on clicking his camera. Pretty soon, he looked at the next person in line. Next, he said. I stamped my foot. Yeah, only I wasn't ready, I tell you, and so I need another turn. And then my teacher came over, and she pulled me away from there. She sat me next to her on a bench. Her name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs., and that's all. Mrs. said, settle down, to me. Then me and her watched the rest of the children get their pictures taken. My bestest friend named Lucille went next. She had a blue satin ribbon in her hair. My Nana says this ribbon brings out the blue in my eyes, she told the cheese man. She opened them real wide. See? See their color? They are robin's egg blue with just a hint of lavender. The cheese man sucked in his cheeks. He was getting frustration in him, I think. Could you please just say cheese? He grouched. Lucille smiled real big with all her teeth. Cheese! She sang very loud. Cheese, cheese, cheesy cheese. She kept singing on cheese till the cheese man said, knock it off. After she was done, Lucille skipped over to me and Mrs. Did you see me? She asked. Did you see how good I said cheese? That's because I'm going to be a model when I grow up, so I already know how. She fluffed her fluffy hair. The camera is my friend, she said. Mrs. rolled her eyes way up at the ceiling, and I looked up there too, but I didn't see anything. After that, it was time for class picture. The class picture is when all of room 9 lines up in 2 rows, and the biggie kids get to stand in the back. So, can you see it? There's Lucille, fluffing her hair, and Mrs. rolling her eyes. Oh my. So, Biggie kids are standing in the back. And the Shorty kids stand in the front. I am a Shorty kid. Only that is nothing to be ashamed of. I stood next to Polly Allen Puffer. He looked very admiring at my dinosaur dress. Dinosaurs bite people's heads off, he said. I did a frown. Yeah, only they don't even scare me, 'cause there's no such thing as dinosaurs anymore, I told him. So? There's still such things as monsters, and they can bite your head off, said Polly Allen Puffer. A monster lives right under your bed, I bet. My big brother says that everybody has a monster under their bed. He poked his finger at me. Even you, Junie B Jones, he said. I am sure glad this story is make-believe, because I really would not like it if a monster lived under my bed. So I'm pretty thankful that the story isn't real. Aren't you? I got shivers on my arms. No, I do not either, Polly Allen Puffer, I said. Yes, you do too, he said. My brother is in 7th grade, and he says that the monster waits until you're asleep. Then he crawls up next to you, and he lies down on your pillow, and he practices fitting your head in his mouth. I covered up my ears, but Polly Allen Puffer talked louder. I can prove it, he said. Didn't you ever wake up with a drool spot on your pillow? I thought very hard. Yeah, so? So, where do you think it came from? He asked. It came from the monster under your bed. That's where. It was monster drool, Junie B Jones. I shook my head real fast. Nuh-uh. No, it was not, Polly Allen Puffer. You stop saying that and I mean it. He raised up his eyebrows. Well, where did it come from then? You don't drool on your pillow, do you? You are not a baby, are you? He said, No. Don't call me that. I am not a baby, I yelled. Polly Allen Puffer crossed his arms. So where did the drool come from then? He asked. I don't know, I said, but my daddy told me there's no such thing as monsters. So what? Daddies have to say that stuff, said Polly Allen Puffer. That's so you'll go to sleep at night and not bother them. He squinted his eyes at me. Why do you think daddies and mommies sleep together in the same room? It's so they can protect each other from the monster, or else their heads might get chewed off. Just then I wrinkled up my nose at that terrible thought, and then I hanged out my tongue, and I did a sick face. Ugh. And guess what? The cheese man took the class picture. Oh, poor Junie B Jones. I'm so worried that she's going to get worried about this monster under her bed. Ugh, things could go wrong at home. All right, stay tuned for Chapter 2.